if you had to guess what the most valuable record you have in here is. Hey guys, Dylan from Noble Records coming at you with another video. I'm excited today to bring you guys along with us as we meet a former radio DJ. His name's Kirk. He DJ'd rock radio for over a decade, and he called us and said he's finally ready to sell this huge rock collection that he's amassed over the past few decades, I guess. So he started collecting in 1969 all the way to like 85, and then he picked up the CDs. And so he has a bunch of really great essential classic rock, and he's kept everything in really, really nice shape. I'm excited to go up there and meet Kirk. I've been talking to him on the phone for the past week. He seems like a really nice person, has really good taste. He sent me pictures of his collection. Everything looks like it's well organized, it's well kept, everything's super clean. So I'm excited to see it. He was an audiophile, so he had a lot of like the late 70s, early 80s Mo-Fis, Sheffield Labs, stuff like that. So I'm gonna take you guys along with us. Me and Steven are driving up to Cary, North Carolina, which is about 2.5 hours away. And yeah, we just wanna have you guys along for the ride, and so you can see kind of a behind the scenes look of what it's like when we buy one of these big collections, and hopefully we can make it happen. I'm on the road with Steven. This is Steven. If you've received a package from us in the past 3 years, this man's probably been the one that's been packing it. So this is Steven's first excursion with me, first collection buy. You excited? Very excited. He's very excited. This is Steven's excited face. He's really happy. All right, let's meet Kirk.
Hey, Smith. Thanks for coming all this way from Charlotte.
No problem. We're excited to look at the collection. Yeah. So let's check it out.
All right. I'll give you fair warning. There's 2 dogs. Once they know that you're both okay, they'll be fine.
Awesome. This is a cool room. I love that, the 10-inch reels, and you got the 45s.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I retired from IBM, and I worked from home for a number of years before working remote, so it became the thing. So this is my office. So.
This is so cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
This is cool. Okay. We just gotta get started. I mean, there's no only way to eat elephants.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any. I've got the turntable set up if you wanted to play any to check them out, or they should all play pretty good.
So you're wanting to sell everything and
everything.
What about the equipment?
Well, the turntable I probably like. The one thing I did specifically pull is I got the nitty gritty machine.
Okay.
Yeah. Figured, and I power it on. It does work. And I found some box sets that I had scrolled away. That I picked up all the Cream albums, Who and stuff, and then that's the Beatles.
Oh yeah, the Mo-Fi box. Yeah.
Yeah. The
What about the TX?
No, that I'm going to hang on to for.
Dang it. Oh, good.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I understand.
I mean, if you're interested in CDs or laser discs, I can show you that stuff too. If you
Cool. Let's look at the records,
Yeah.
and we'll see where we're at with that,
Yeah.
and then we'll say maybe on
Yeah.
that. So let me kind of get cracking, going
Yeah.
through them. If there's anything.
Yeah, they're kind of alphabetical order. I'm a traditionalist, and when I first started collecting, I did file Jethro Tull under T, so I've never changed it from the albums. Basically, this stuff through here is the Sheffield Lab Japanese pressing local fidelity stuff.
Okay.
And then these are record shows. I don't know if you ever, it was called Flashback.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a bunch of the Flashback record shows.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So you were in radio, right?
Yeah, I started, got involved a little bit in high school, and then definitely involved big time in college in radio, and then worked full time and part time for a number of years for a bunch of stations up around Binghamton, New York. So I'm looking to downsize eventually, and I've got built-in bookshelves downstairs.
All right. Well, I'll try to figure out what's what, and it's just kind of when you go into one like this,
Yeah.
your eyes go bang, bang, bang everywhere, and you're trying to figure out.
Do you have certain ones that you tend to look for, or just?
Well, I mean, like, first of all, I noticed your Zeppelin clump right here. So I'm sure you know about the RLs. Do you know about those?
Yeah, those are the early pressings, right? You got to look at the
Yeah, you got to look at the dead wax. So
Yeah.
I always go and say, all right, so here's the deal. That could be an RL. These two are not.
right, because they
Because
got
they got
stickers.
the gold sticker.
Yeah.
And so those are not, but they look like nice copies. So that's one that might be like a regular record that could stand out and be a big deal. Do you know if it is or not? Let's see. Nope. I can tell a couple different ways, but it's not one. But let me make double, triple sure. Sometimes you have to look real close. But
Is that the actual first stampers that they made, or?
yeah, and they're super hot mix. They sound unbelievable. But I love stuff with like promo stickers. I love stuff with just like even like regular hype stickers. It's really cool. So, but I mean, anytime I see a Zeppelin record, I'm happy. I like seeing them. So, if you had to guess what the most valuable record you have in here is?
Without getting into the exotica of the stampers, it probably would be the
Oh yeah, yeah, I've seen those before.
My name is Kirk. It all really started when my dad built me a record player when I was 4 years old, and it just progressed from there. And loved college radio to the point where I flunked out of school, and but worked in several different radio stations around Binghamton, and that's how I mainly acquired my collection. And it was a bit of a hi-fi stereo nut, so got into audiophile and mobile fidelity pressings for a while. Collected quite a few of those. So. And I've gotten to the point, you know, my main stereo is my home theater upstairs. I don't even have a turntable on it, so I just don't play these anymore. It's time for someone else to enjoy them.
When was the last time you bought a record?
Well, I will still buy, you know, Pink Floyd, some of the bands that are doing the super deluxe box sets where they'll include a vinyl as part of the
Okay.
super audio CD or that sort of stuff, and so I'll pick them up that way. But actually just bought an LP, it's probably been 20 plus years.
That's in the running for most valuable one in here.
Really?
Zeppelin. But and this one too. This is that's a tough one to get. This one sounds incredible. It's still sealed. I love that. I don't have that Mo-Fi.
Actually, the one that's probably one of my favorites of the audiophile is the Jethro Tull Aqualung Lo-Fi. And that one sounds the best of any of the versions I've ever heard. Well, I worked at a bunch of different stations, all sorts of different when I worked in radio, I worked in a number of different format stations. College radio was top 40. I worked top 40 in Binghamton. Worked in what they used to call album-oriented rock, I guess you would call classic rock, for quite a while. Did an oldie show for several years. That was quite popular. So it was a good opportunity to also pick up records along the way. I used to get a lot of promos. CBM had a network of FM stations across upstate New York. Essentially ran from Buffalo all the way through to Albany, and their main studio was in Ithaca. And me and another fella managed to get in there, and they would get lots of promos because that was the mailing address for about 15 different FM stations. And so, but because I played religious music, the rock stuff just sat and collected dust. So got a lot of promos that way.
So at what point did you start collecting like some of this stuff? Like when did this collection start happening?
I really started collecting probably in '69 when I was in high school, 1969, and then very hardcore through the 70s and into the early 80s, and then switched to compact disc when compact discs started coming out. So.
But you never got rid of your records, which is good. A lot of people traded their records for their CDs. So.
No. Yeah.
Looks like you kept everything in really good shape. So
I tried to. I was always pretty careful about playing them back on quality equipment, and was never one to really loan them out.
That's a good smart
There is some stuff in here that I picked up from radio stations that may have been used on the air that might not be in as good a shape. But
I mean, you could tell like a lot. Usually, if somebody sends me a picture of their collection, you'd be surprised how much you can tell just from the spines.
well, yeah, I noticed you said you wanted a picture of the spines when you.
Yeah, obviously the spines could be bad,
Right.
and the records be good, but most of the time not.
Right.
Most of the time, you can just see how sharp the corners are. That really tells like how meticulous a person was and how they treated their stuff. So you can't always judge a book by a cover, but
Right.
a little bit you can.
When I was living in Florida, I had a friend down there that he was a religious garage sale shopper on weekends and was always looking for Beatles stuff. The one thing he managed to get 2 copies of, which I never found, was the Butcher cover. So
Yeah, they're tough. I mean, I find the paste overs all the time. Oh, I won't say all the time. A few times a year, maybe
Yeah.
like 2 or 3 a year. But I've never found an unadulterated copy.
First State one.
You got some psych stuff, like some psychedelic stuff. So
Yeah.
that's kind of prog, I guess. But you got some offbeat stuff, which I love to see. Okay, I'm minimally interested in the CDs. Are you selling them all, or are you?
Come upstairs when you get a chance. If you feel like staying up, and I'll show you what I've got upstairs. And that's where,
Yeah, we'll go.
yeah.
Let's see. Got some gems in here, like this Shuggy Otis. A lot of people don't know about
Yeah.
that. Oh, it's got the time. I love the timing strip, man.
That's one of those artists you like to pull out and reference Shuggy Otis when somebody starts talking about Strawberry Letter 23, and of course everybody wants to hear the Brothers Johnson version. You say, well, that's that's a cover.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it is. Do you collect anything else other than records?
Well, let me show you the upstairs.
Okay.
Books, clearly.
Thought we were already upstairs. There's more stairs?
Yeah.
Wow. Hadn't been in a 3-story in a while.
That's one of the reasons why I bought this house, was it had this wonderful third floor
Oh,
room.
wow. This is really sweet. Now, what are these?
Electro Voice Century 3s.
Beautiful. Wow, we should have came earlier and we could just sit and watch some movies. This is beautiful.
Super Audio CD, DVD audio. When I listen to audio, it tends to be that anymore.
Cool, and these are the laser discs?
Yeah.
Wow.
Basically, all through there.
So do you have a working Laserdisc player?
I got a couple of them.
Oh wow, you still watch them?
Very rarely.
So are you selling these CDs?
I haven't seriously thought about it. I was sort of thinking when you were coming, if you knew somebody that was interested, if it came up in discussion.
Yeah. I have been a hard no on CDs, but lately they've picked up a little bit. But, well, what would you sell the Laserdiscs for? And this is sheer curiosity, because if it was the right price, I might bite on it, but my problem has always been I can't find a player that works. And so that's just kind of been my, but I've got like a vintage TV in my setup, and I'd love to have one.
Yeah, and a couple in here that are, worth pretty good money, again, are the Star Wars trilogies, because, and then the very first, the silver cover.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
Terminator 2.
Yeah, Forrest Gump, it's classic. Got a couple of them.
Yeah.
Are these CD sets?
Yeah, this is kind of what, if I've been spending money lately, I've been buying the, because most of them now, they also come with a DVD audio or surround sound. That's what
All right. So as Kirk and I were talking about the potential value of this collection, we both kind of agreed. You see a lot of these programs where people they'll have the negotiation on camera. Kirk didn't feel comfortable with that, and neither did I. The reality is that with a collection of this size, there's no way that you guys can know every record that's in there. And so the calculations are kind of nuanced, but Kirk was very easy to work with. He was very reasonable. I looked through everything, kind of did an evaluation on my own. And like Kirk says, it's part gut instinct. So there's some math involved. There's some guesswork involved. You can't pull out every single of the 3,000 plus records that were there. I couldn't pick out every single one and look at the condition of every single one. Some of it's guesswork, some of it's math, and some of it's just gut instinct. And so me and Kirk got together, we negotiated for just a couple minutes and ended up coming to a deal on all the records, all the CDs, and even the Laserdisc collection. So everybody that's gonna be asking, how much did you pay? That's between me and Kirk, as it should be. And yeah, I will tell you, he was very happy with the deal, and so am I. It was a deal that was great for the store, and it's great for Kirk as he moves forward with his life and the goals that he has in mind.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
We'll do
Fair
it.
enough.
That sounds good.
Sounds good.
That sounds like a good deal.
Yeah.
Lots of promos here. Very cool stuff. Look at that. Just love buying a solid classic rock collection. So much great stuff. Moment of truth. Does it have? It does. Oh, you don't have a dumbwaiter, do you?
No.
Let's see. Is it the band? Yep. Does it have the poster? Got the poster. This is a really cool sticker. Could this be a promo? Oh no, but it's a mono. Super clean. Look at that. Another band copy. It's two. Oh, right here I referenced the band copy of Bob Dylan. If you don't know what that is, this is Bob Dylan's Blonde on Blonde classic album, and the original version has alternate artwork. So this is what they refer to as the band cover. Now, it wasn't really banned, more like withdrawn, reissued, whatever. But the controversy is this lady right here, Claudia Cardinale. She was an Italian actress and model, and Bob Dylan saw her picture and wanted it in his album. And so Bob Dylan's working with this photographer named Jerry Schatzberg, who did all these photos on the inside and the outside. And as he was looking through his portfolio to see what he wanted to use, he saw this picture and asked if he could use it. So it was put in the album. Later on, after the release, her agents and managers and stuff found out and demanded that her picture was taken out. So it was taken out, which led to this version, which is probably more common to find, and her picture is not in there. So another picture that was on the side was blown up and put in its place. That Bob Dylan picture is actually right there. And so that gets blown up and put in its place. So the original pressings have that. All the subsequent pressings were changed just out of courtesy to her. I don't know that there was ever any real, legal battle or anything like that. It's just her managers and stuff asked that her likeness was taken out of the album. But it's cool. What these are worth, it depends. They're not worth like thousands of dollars or anything like that. Since the original pressing, he was one of the most popular artists on the face of the planet at the time, so they did make a lot of these. But I would say that the originals they're probably worth double what the subsequent second, third, fourth pressings are that did not have that band inner. So it's just something cool that when we'll go out and look at records, we're like, ooh, is it the one? So it's cool to see that there were two in this collection.
I'm looking for this record for so long. I've never seen one. Wow, Friar Tuck and his psychedelic guitar. That's so sick.
The record that I found here is this Friar Tuck and his psychedelic guitar from 1967. This is an excellent psych record. I've been looking for this record for over 10 years, and I always feel like it's going to come up in a collection. I don't want to, cave and buy one online. And so I've been waiting on one all this time and finally got this. So what this is in 1966, 67, 68, 69, there was this huge explosion of psychedelic rock on the scene, mainly because of like the Doors and other groups like that kind of mainstream psychedelic rock. And so all these labels, they were trying to put out what we refer to as psychsploitation albums to basically exploit what people loved about psychedelic rock. So they were getting these studio musicians together to just record just random psych music. And so this is what this is, except for this fella, Friar Tuck. His real name is Mike Deasy. Friar Tuck is kind of a fake name that he used. Friar Tuck was his psychedelic alter ego that he used, and he was in the Wrecking Crew, which everybody knows the Wrecking Crew played on so many killer records. But this was a really special, like a lot of the psychsploitation albums are just kind of generic psych rock, psych pop type stuff. But he really added a lot to this. This is an incredible record. The first side is all covers. The second side is all his original music. But it's a killer psychedelic trip, just amazing fuzz guitar all the way through. I love this album. It's not worth a ton of money. It's probably worth $50 or so if it's in clean condition, and this one's a really nice copy. So this one will be going in my personal collection.
These are always trashed. Let's see what that one's like. Dude, that's the nicest one I've ever seen. You ever seen, there's one of these that's like, it's got a script cover. It's like, almost like, cursive. And it's worth like $4,000, but I've never seen one. I always look for it, but maybe one of these days. That's a great record, really good. underrated, kind of heavier rock steel. It's a great psych. That promo, sick. So Kirk and I and Steven helped a little.
Right.
Loaded everything out. Steven did most of the work on the records, and then I didn't anticipate buying all the CDs and laser discs, but that ended up happening as well, and didn't factor in the stairs. So there's also stuff behind that wall. So we got 55 U-Haul boxes full, and
Wow.
yeah, it's a lot of work. So
Yeah.
thank you, Kirk.
Well,
I hope that you're happy with everything.
Oh,
and
wonderful. I appreciate
Yeah.
you guys making the trip all the way to the Cary to.
oh yeah, well we'll make sure the records go into good
Yeah.
homes, and
Yeah.
and yeah,
hopefully somebody will enjoy them as much as I have.
so we'll try to find those people. So
All right.
we got 2 Fleetwood Mac rumors, so at least 2 happy customers.
Hey, keeps the lights on.
It
right?
keeps the lights on. All right, well, thank you, man.
All right. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Oh man! All right.
So we worked up quite the appetite. So we had to go in and get us a good meal. It's kind of tradition after we load up a bunch of records. I'm about to treat Steven to a nice aquí middle.
My legs feel 1,000 pounds.
Oh gosh, my legs are like Jello. Thank you guys for coming along. One way you could support the channel is hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate you guys watching this video. About 60% of the people that watch the video don't subscribe to the channel, so hit that subscribe button, and maybe if this is a video that you guys liked, we'll do more in this style to where we can go around and buy collections and take you guys along for the ride and to see what owning a record store is kind of like. So hit that subscribe button, leave us a comment, leave us a thumbs up. We appreciate all the feedback we get from you guys. Have a good one.